everybody. It's G-Bub here. How y'all doing? We are going to get started here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go get us a nap. We're sitting here. We're going to go pick up this load of cars here in Salmon that we're going to take down there to Pocatello. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at our map here and see exactly where it is we need to go and where we need to get that sleep at. I think we had looked at it before. Yep, right on down here. So we're going to go down here and we're going to go to Drake's Car Dealers, which is where that green flag is. Let's reset our navigation. Yeah, because we had hit that map by mistake. Let's remember we need to stop right here and go into that place and get us a nap. Don't look like we need any fuel. And it looks like, is that a... I think that, yep, that little truck symbol there, that means that right there is another trucking headquarters we could buy. So we found yet another one over here. Let's go ahead. Let's get started.
Calculating route. Please proceed to
what time is it? 8:47 p.m. So this nap's going to be a good one because that'll put us back to driving in the daytime again, which is always good. Let's make sure we ain't got nothing behind us. Let's also make sure we look around so that everything good. Our mouse look here is doing good. So let's see if we can get on out of here. Get out from behind this Walbert. Because they sure put the Walberts. They sure put all the delivery stuff in these Walberts in a funny location. But I like the fact that they got it so that, you know, not every single one of them's the same now. Because you notice it is Walbert, and once you get around the front of it, it looks just like all the other Walberts, you know? Get up there, you come in there, and it's got the one on the corner, but instead of having to pull up over yonder and back all the way back around, it's nice that they got it fixed up like this. Always getting variety. Don't always have the same thing over and over again. Can't just say, okay, well, we're taking it to Walbert, so it's going to be either the big one where we have to go around the back or the little one where we have to back it up around the side. Nope. We're getting some variety here. All right. Now, we should have...
Keep right, then go straight ahead.
Let's keep our eye out for which one of these we're going to pull into. It's going to be almost up yonder where our drive is, because there's a gas station there. You going to turn, light going to turn on me? Nope. It's not going to let us get that light. So how y'all doing today? I hope y'all been having a fun one. We've got 3 more days to finish this up. I think we got 5 more trips. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this trip right now. 4 more trips. I think that's one of the reasons I'm doing this little trip right now. So we can go ahead and get that one knocked out of the way, because it's kind of cut to the end. I thought we'd be knocking them out like a 1 a day and stuff like that there while I had that time off, but whew, I found out that that was about as hopeless as my plans to get a bunch of Lotros up and all that kind of stuff, you know, just stuff happening, all sorts of stuff going on. I've had to make plans to... Now, we pull out and then we sleep around the back there. Yeah, so let's go pull ahead, pull here, and then hopefully pull around the back. Nope, and we should have just pulled on forward anyway, because we're going to have to drive through the... I'm so used to always driving through the 4-wheeler pumps. I don't realize... Ooh, and I ain't seen one like this before. See, this one's it's got the trucker pumps, but it looks like it's been an addition, you know? You get out here, they got it so the truckers... We don't have the big hood over the top and all. We'd have to stand in the rain if it was raining. But there's where you see, you know, you got the pump on both sides. You can fill up both of your tanks. Cut our engine off. And let's fuel up here. Shouldn't be much. Yep, $87. I can't believe it took 37 gallons of gas to get that, though. Oh, Nelly. Now, let's see if we can pull up past this doofus here. who's left his truck parked right past the pumps. Good grief. Tell you, a bunch of idiots in this world. Bunch of idiots for sure. We'll park on up here next to this logging truck. Yeah, I saw some lines, but there ain't no lines here to park, so maybe that idiot back there, I mean, he could have pulled on up this way, though. All right, let's cut our engine off. Kill the lights. Let's get us some rest. "7:17 a.m. Good. Now, we should be just across the street. Should be just across the street from where we got to pick up that load of cars. And this will be our first load of cars. So that I'm looking forward to. Another big expensive one. You know, we had to give us a high value cargo. And I think it's a fragile cargo too. So we're going to have to be careful with it. Make sure we don't bang it up too much. But yeah, as I was saying, it was like I was hoping to get some Lotros and all recorded, but then all this stuff happened. You know, I'm still working on trying to get my water heater fixed. I'm still taking a bunch of cold showers. And more importantly, I'm afraid we're going to have to start doing that at my wife's house.
Then turn right.
Because I discovered there was this gigantic puddle in her yard when I was mowing over there.
Turn right.
So I had to dig up half the irrigation system, half the sprinkler system to get up underneath there and find out where the leak was in the system and repair it. And that took a couple days. It just, it hasn't been fun. It's like every single time you think you're going to have a little time to do something and have a little bit of extra stuff to do. Alright, so this one is that way, so we're going to have to pull around. Whoa! Got this gate closed. Looks like they sell RVs, too. Alright, Drake car dealers. Y'all making everything so much fun here. So let's pull on through the little service.
You have arrived.
Service ramp here. Let's get in back where we can pick up our trailer. So yeah, that's the way life is. Every time you think you're gonna have a few minutes of peace and quiet and a little extra time to do the stuff that you want to do. Oh, I was wondering if there'd be people in there working in the garage. Been cool to see someone laying on their back. Been cool to see someone laying on their back up underneath the car there, wouldn't it? All right. Back her on up. Let's try to grab this trailer. Wonder who's bought all these cars down there in Pocatello.
Calculating route.
There we are. Let's hook it up.
Proceed to highlighted route.
Let's take a look outside and see what we're hauling there. Oh, it looks like we got a load of pickup trucks. Got three pretty brand new pickup trucks on that. All of them crew cabs. All right. Let's get going here. We have got a little over 7 hours. In real life time, we got to go 242 miles. 7 hours in real life time, but in my real life time, we're looking at about an hour and a half before I have to get up and get ready to go to work. So let's be careful with this. Pull it way wide so we don't drag it on nothing. We weren't able, because my wife had an accident, you know, beginning of this year, she broke her arm. And had to get that fixed, so that, I was supposed to be getting myself a pickup truck this year. I think I've told y'all about that. So that was back in, what, late February? Late February, early March. Right after we got the dog.
Turn right.
So that kind of ended my plans on getting a new truck this year. So I sure as heck don't want to pay for somebody else's here. Now, is that one of those scenic things over there? I think it is, isn't it? Is that what we came across? That's the one that we passed whenever we were up this way? Like back over that way? I can't. No, that's the gas. I bet that's the gas pump I'm looking at. Because I don't see no sink. Yeah, that's the gas pumps back over there that I just filled up with fuel at. So let's not head off back over that way. Got to get our bearings and make sure we're in the right spot here. Saw a message flash up on my phone, so I had to check that out. That's nothing I need to deal with right now. So let's see if we can't get on out of town. And this time, it'll be during the daytime, so we'll see what the road looks like from here, from Salmon back down to Pocatello and all that area. Imagine it looks probably a lot like it did driving in the dark, just more so. Actually, we drove it in the daytime, didn't we? Because, yeah, it was like 8 o'clock something there, so we were here just about in the daytime. It was mostly day driving. Ooh. Glad we didn't really see that lake or river or whatever it is right over there to the right of us now. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, do you want to miss a turn and roll down a valley into a lake or something? Or do you want to miss a turn and slam into a granite cliff? Well, what's your choice? Or what's your favorite way of getting smushed? I still think I'd take my chances in the water. At least then you got a chance of getting out. Going head first in one of these granite walls, I don't think that'd be too much fun. And see, there's a perfect thing too. You see that road? Well, okay, it's got a gate across it, but I wonder if you could drive around that gate. There's a big gap to one side of that gate, so I'm wondering if you could drive past that gate over there on that left and go take that road up that hill. It's another one of those we'll have to try it type things. I'm thinking my next purchase, next thing up we're gonna do is we're gonna start working on our trucking empire. Rather than keep putting, now that we got a truck here that'll do a pretty decent job. Now we got a truck that'll do a pretty decent job of hauling stuff up hills and that kind of stuff. We're not terribly underpowered. I think next up, instead of still putting a bunch of money, I wonder if that's the Salmon River over there. Instead of put a bunch of money into upgrading this and continuing putting new parts and stuff on it, I think next we're going to see about either upgrading our garage or buying another garage, and then get us another truck and hire us some driver. So we're probably going to be looking at one of the big loans here in a little while. You know, that bank will loan us. Bank will loan us like $500,000. And that's what we'll need to do. We'll take out one of them big old loans and we'll buy another truck. Probably a bigger truck for ourselves. And then we'll take this truck and stick it in the garage and give it to our new driver. Ooh, look at them trailers, the vehicles behind me on that trailer. Woo, it feels good to be hauling that. Hey, there's the Salmon River. So that's the one I think we've been scooting along the side of there all that trip, especially with that city named Salmon. I'd imagine the river'd go right on past it. All right, entering Chalice. I was wondering what the name of that little scenery city here was, because we hadn't been up this way. I mean, when we were coming the other direction, we didn't get a chance to read the sign there.
Keep right.
Explore.
Then go straight ahead.
Historical Chalice. Established sometime in 17 something. Red text, I have to look into that and see what Historical Chalice is all about. There's an iFlop restaurant, very cool. Historical Chalice has even got places where we can sleep. Got a gas station we're just passing, and it looks like a rest area up there on the right over yonder. So cool. We know if we're ever up this way, so Sun Valley's off to the right. We're ever up this way, again, we'll know that we don't have to be too terribly worried about sleeping and fueling up, that they do provide a little bit of help for us. It ain't like in the old days where before all this existed, and if you went to Jackpot, you better make sure you got a full tank of gas to get there, because it was a long, dry drive. Look at them pretty hills. I don't like driving through them that much, but they are pretty to look at, ain't they? We'll have to see what is it Grandview Canyon? Was that the name of it there? It'd be a very appropriate name. We'll take a look at it whenever I'm editing. That's the one thing about the road scale and stuff like that, and my screen scale as well, is I don't get a whole lot of time to read the signs as they go flying by like that, especially those signs. You know, the road signs that give you directions and stuff, they're made to be read from a speeding vehicle, but a lot of these other little signs like that canyon name with I mean, it was a very pretty sign. It was a very pretty sign, but it really isn't like high-speed driver friendly. Not that we can be considered a high-speed driver, but it's high enough for driving through this place, let me tell you. So yeah, back to the whole thing about how it's just been rough to find the time to do stuff. It has been rough to find the time to do stuff. Other than the bare own necessities and all. And I've actually been thinking, maybe the first time I mentioned any of this, I have been sitting and thinking about whether we're going to give this channel a break. Because, you know, I'm still piling up, you know, just the feelings of having all this stuff piling up like this. All these just tons of videos that I haven't gotten around to doing anything with. I mean, I got literally terabytes of recordings over there. Most of them Brocraft. I got stuff Brocraft going back, 5-6 years over there that haven't been edited and put up, you know? Huge history of the old server with the hive and all that. But yeah, it's like I remember back in the days before I felt like I needed to record everything. Like I used to get a hell of a lot more stuff actually played, you know. I'd actually get games you know, completed. So I don't know. That's just something I'm thinking about. And it's certainly not the whole, oh, this is a waste of time type of thing. Because as I said before, I only do this because it's fun. You know, all the editing and all that kind of stuff is just entirely fun to me. And I greatly enjoy it. But it does take a huge chunk of time. And I sit and I think, you know, it's one of those things I'm pondering at the moment is the editing and uploading. Welcome to McKay, yet another scenery city here that we are going way too fast in. So yeah, we're actually catching the names of the little cities here now as we go through them. Coin laundry back there. But yeah, it's one of those things, like I said, I am considering and thinking about, pondering over in my mind the next week or two. It's not going to be a quick decision, but stuff I'm going to ponder over in my mind and all, because it's like, let's say Doom, for instance. You know, I'm playing Doom. Well, I say playing Doom. I haven't played Doom since I think it's been 2.5 months now. Almost 3 since I actually put up a Doom. And that meant play it as well, because that was one that I'd play and then I'd edit it and get it up. But that's perfect. It's a perfect example. You know, I'd play Doom for 20, 30 minutes. And then the editing and all, at a minimum, would be 45 minutes to an hour.
Keep
on top of that.
Then go straight ahead.
And it's like, that could, you know, let's say on the low side it took 45 minutes. Well, that's another 45 minutes. I could have gotten twice as far in the game. You know, I could be done with it if I just sat there and played with it. So, yeah, it's a consideration. It's something I'm having to think about right now. Zach's Travel Plaza. That's kind of one of your low-key truck stops there. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, it's not anything I'm making a snap decision about. And there's so much other stuff I want to do too. Now, look at all these winding, rolling farm hills here. Good stuff. Like I said, it'll probably be, you know, I'll probably have an answer by the time that Butte City. See, I didn't catch it again. Is it Butte City, Buff City? There's a string of little scenery towns along here. And it's real nice to see them. This reminds me of some of the places go here. Once you get out in the country, once you get out of town and get out in the country and drive for a ways, I mean, you run into these little bitty semi-incorporated towns. About every few miles you run into one of them. That's another thing I'd like to see. It'd be fun to see. You saw that tractor parked off there in that drive off to the left. It'd be nice to see, you know, like a tractor thing and you know, one of these warning tractor signs, and actually see one of these tractors that pulled out and pulled across the road and stuff like that, and you had to watch for them. All right, Idaho Falls is straight ahead. Looks like there's a city called Horse, it looks like, off to the left. I read that one right. Another rest area. We should be doing fine on that. Let's take a... Yep. Oh, about halfway. And there we go again. The Big Lost River. We talked about that before. And a historic landmark. We'll have to take a look and see what that historic landmark is. What we got left? 86 miles. Probably should have whipped into that rest station back there and gone and got the rest of my coffee. I tell you what, let's see here. That's just a barn. I was going like, can we pull? Is that like a little area we can pull up into? Nope, it's just a barn. But I need to go get some more coffee. I think I'll do that. I'm going to do rest. I'm going to do old-fashioned resting. We're going to just pull it off onto the side of the road here. All right, let's set it here. Let's put our hazards on. Turn our regular lights off. There you go. And I'm going to go see if I can get my coffee. Alrighty? So I'll be right back with y'all.